Embarrassed. I think
Embarrassed.
embarrassment is the word. Yeah.
Okay. So when I hear you talk about feeling embarrassed, I heard you say that word also. Um, to me, that a lot of it revolves around what will other people think if they hear me, right?
Yes.
Do you sing when you're by yourself? Are you a shower singer or closet singer, or when you're out in nature and there's no one else around?
Yes, I would say when I'm washing my dishes and also sometimes even at the mall, when there's a song I really love, I'll sing along to it. But
Okay,
I'll look around. Yes, but I'll look around to see if anybody heard. That's
right.
like one of the pinnacles, yeah.
You got to be in a safe place where there. How about if your dog is there? You if you don't maybe have a dog, but some animal or something that you feel safe with that because they don't judge you.
Yes, oh my dog, he is actually in the next room. So yeah, I could sing in front of him and he won't judge.
Okay, good. Um, so having those safe places where you do feel like you can let go, is that a relief for you? A release?
Yes,
Because you feel
it's
there's something in you that wants to sing, but it's the fear of judgment that holds you back.
yes.
Okay. So this is really pivotal because this also I have seen how this holds people back from even being willing to share, to sing in front of a teacher, if even if they get to the point where they really are so motivated or desperate to try to tackle this that they seek out a teacher, but then they're afraid to open up and let themselves be seen by their coach or their teacher, and it's an extremely vulnerable place. And I feel such compassion for people because I can understand that. And and so the first thing I have to do is make a safe space for people to realize that you can let your guard down here. This room is a sacred place where there's no judgment. But still, wherever you go, there you are. And
Yeah.
we bring our own judgment. We are our own worst critic, aren't we?
Yes.
And so that's one of the big knots, the Gordian knot that we have to untie, and to find out, why is it that I can't even bear to look at myself in the mirror, because I already know before I let the sound out of my mouth, out of my throat, that I'm going to cringe listening to my own voice. And I'm going to think, oh, that's terrible. Even though it's not terrible, in other people hear that and they say, that's beautiful. I don't care if your voice, crackles or whatever, or that you maybe were, whatever you see as imperfect, or like you feel so crushed and ashamed that that's not a big issue for somebody else maybe, but you have that reaction that makes you want to cringe, and you shut yourself down before you even let it out. That is what we have to hold ourselves with compassion. Why is it that we have that that reaction, that that shaming ourselves because we heard that voice from someone else maybe when we were very young, and they said you should never sing in in the in the school choir. You should just mouth it so you don't embarrass the rest of us. Or or your 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 friend said, "Ha! You look at the way that they sound like blah blah," and they teased you, and maybe you put on a brave facade and pretended like it didn't matter. You didn't even care about singing anyway. But inside, something stung so bad, and you shrank away from that. And you said, "I'm never going into that painful situation again. I will guard myself with concrete fortresses so I never have to be in that situation again. And I will shut myself down so I never have to be exposed to that." That is, when I think about all those people who have had that and internalized that negative self image to the point where it is crushing them, I just want to cry. It is so hard because it not only affects people's potential for experiencing the joy of singing, but it affects us in so many different uh, aspects of life because our voice is so close to our. It's like a mirror of our soul, and when we judge ourselves with that negative self-talk, we are cutting ourselves at the root from expressing ourselves and being free and and discovering our place in the world, because it is so close to our heart that we are like hurting ourselves every time we shut ourselves down, and that gives me such pain.
Thank you for sharing that. It's really heartwarming um to know that someone cares so much, like you care so much about it, because a lot of society, I think it is that systemic problem about people don't even like people are okay to squash it because they say, okay, well, it's like a soft skill. It's not this engineering or this law school or this doctor thing. So therefore, my emotions and that emotional side is not important. And they're like, yeah, fine, I'll just let it wither away. But at what cost? It's like trying to convince, not really convince, but are you okay? Are you okay
Yeah,
with
no,
that?
this is good. This is um, a healing release for me because
Okay,
it is something that is so close to my heart, and it feels good to let it out.
right. No, I appreciate. Like this is something very beautiful to witness, and like I appreciate you feeling comfortable to even, you know, cry in front of me as well. That means a lot.
Mhm.
And it's like it's so heartwarming to know that you care that much.